Yeah, I felt the need to go ahead and do another video. I just watched a movie called Licorice Pizza. It was highly acclaimed. Um, it had Bradley Cooper. Of course, his role was just an offbeat, goofy role, as were a lot of actors. These were no-name actors that starred in it. And it was genuinely a good, entertaining movie. I fast forwarded through some parts of it, you know, but the URL, it had the notice it's got the 1127 in the middle, and there's our 38. And you remember the mathematical anomaly between my second wife and I. My number times her number times the year is always in a permanent rotation of 3 digits every other year. You can go back to the 1500s, or you can go up to the year 2525, like the song, right? And in the year 2525, if man is still alive, right? And you notice ever since when I met her, it was in the 626, 126 rotation for 15 years. Then it finally flipped over to 127, 627, 127, 627. And it always sits exactly in the middle. Or if there's 4 on one side, 5 on the other, it'll be in the middle as much as possible. And this is the last year that we're in the 627, 127 rotation. Next year, it flips to 628, 128. And we've got the 1127 from the Licorice Pizza in the middle. Now, our combined number this year, our combined number of times this year does have the 2001 on it, which of course is, and it's got the 216 for 6 times 6 times 6. But the 1127, of course, sits in the middle, and the AI knows that we know this and that we always would have done this, because the fallen angels, they know the future. That's why they can do fortune telling, because they're outside of our realm of time and space. So they've been given that liberty. And so they made sure that this URL had that on there for the movie Licorice Pizza. So now that we've established that, there was a key scene in the movie that I decided to put at Telling Truth 3, a little video. I actually put 2 videos up. Let me see what the other one was. It's called Same Old Song
Of
and
course, there's no
Dance.
such thing as fossil fuels because there's
Oh,
no.
so part of the psyop was they did take you back to the reality of the 70s, early 70s, and the fuel crisis, which of course, and it had old Dick Nixon.
In our factories, our cars, our homes, our offices, we will have to use less fuel.
We'll have to use less fuel than we are accustomed to using.
We are accustomed to using. The fuel prices need
The fuel prices need not mean.
not mean
Did you know there was an oil embargo?
So,
Yeah, same old song and dance. But this was.
So finishing up with the movie Licorice Pizza, it was highly rated up for Best Picture. So I decided to watch it for basically just entertainment purposes. And it's slightly entertaining.
It's
quirky.
good.
But of course, it closes out with them running towards each other. And
Now look at the El Portal, the portal. And we all know that 007 Trump, the 7 kings, 5 have fallen, that whole deal. We know that he's going to go through what they would call a portal. It's what they call it. The Lord's ordained and allowing them to do whatever. We know that spiritually, the Bible does say he rises from the bottomless pit. And the best way I can explain it with my own pea brain, because I don't have this fallen angel brain or God's brain or God's mind or the devil's or our own angel's mind. And I've never really seen any other human, YouTube or just internet link, really explain how a human being who doesn't really die is going to rise from a bottomless pit. So I think it's a spiritual transformation, like it's a spiritual rising, and that the abyss, I believe it to be at the North Pole, but it's not a North Pole like we're on a spinning ball, but it's just the center of the circle of the earth. So what will we call it? Where you air the ball up. Oops, we're not a ball. Where you air the center of the Frisbee, right? And so it says Ian Fleming's Live and Let Die. And he didn't direct it. So why is his name up there? He wrote the books. But you got The Mechanic, Charles Bronson. Well, guess when that movie came out? 11/17. Now, why are they both up when they didn't come out at the same time? One came out November 17th, 1972. And James Bond came out 6 months later. 7 months later. Yeah. June 27th, which it's 2 days from now. That's the portal. So if he goes down today and rises on the El Portal date, El Portal, the old El Portal. El Portal. Is he going to be portaled when Live and Let Die was released on the 27th if he goes down today on the 25th? Or is he going down on the 26th or the 27th? Because it's next to 11/17, The Mechanic. I don't think there's any reason to track that release date. Now, I guess we can. I guess I should. Because it was released on 11/17. And Live and Let Die. So let me track them. Let me find out when they're going to land with 37 progressions. Hang on. And the Heidi game or the Heidi Bowl was also 11/17. It was just 4 years previous. Okay, so it was 4 years previous. We've got that one tracked already. By the way, if both the progressions, there's a 1 in 37 chance they both land on the same day, then I would say we found our progression. Let's say that in advance. Okay. And the Live and Let Die, 121 minutes for May Day. It's the 121st day of the year, May Day. So the Mechanic did not drop where we thought it might. It did drop on an annular solar eclipse, another annular solar eclipse, one of them in 2001, which is big. So you have a 2001 along with an 11/17 that pops on July 8th. Okay. Along with, well, the annular solar eclipse that kicked off the illness, December 26, 2019, the one that made the smile. So under China. So that just got a little more interesting with the 11/17 date. Okay. And, we can always include both dates. So flag fell, Serena Olympics, World Health Organization founded. I'm a little tired, y'all. A little tired, sorry. And total lunar eclipse in 67. So, okay. So now on to Live and Let Die. So they definitely jiving with us. the Fallen Angels jiving with us, jiving with us. Both movies hit on July 8th. They both hit on the same day. Isn't that something? Dadgum. So once again, The Mechanic and Live and Let Die both fall on July 8th, both their release dates. And it's got El Portal at the movie theater. At the end of the movie, when they're running together, the little romantic scene. So, of Licorice Pizza, which does have the 1127, 1038, and all that kind of good stuff in there. So, I mean, that's some pretty serious business, isn't it? Now, I just got rid of that. Hang on just a second. That was dumb. I don't need to hang on. All I gotta do is click. Let's add. So it hits again on August 14th. It would hit on September 20th. It would hit on October 27th, which is tremendously big, and December 3rd. Okay. So the fact that it hit that both kick, they both hit on July 8th is just enormous. It's on a Friday. Jesus died on a Friday. So that would have him rising on July 10th. And that portals over to, so I have a lot of enemies out there. This may be the last time you'll see me for a while. That's really more of a going down date than a rising date, isn't it? And March 11th, 2020, when the WHO declared the global pan. If you include both dates, you get Mission Impossible release date, Olympus Has Fallen release date, Trump inauguration release date, event date. And we already went over the flag falling, and all that, for July 9th, if you include both dates. So the fact that both of those movies on that El Portal marquee hit on July 8th is a stunner. That's a stunner. And for me, the only thing personal that hits on July 8th is when Earl passed away. On May 8th, which is 58. We never have figured out what Trump's 58s are. And I think that's what it is. I think it's when Earl passed away, which kicked off everything in my life. And I've told y'all, shown y'all many times how Trump and I are like joined at the hip. Opposite ends of the spectrum. He's doing one work. Would like to think I'm in hope of doing the Lord's work. And we can't find anybody on the internet that does it as far as teaching the word of God in truth like we do here, especially at TS Daily Bible Studies. That God doesn't love everybody. There is no free will. God's ordained the end from the beginning. Hell is not eternal torment. It is judgment. It is a second death. They're dead when they are thrown into the lake of fire. They're already dead. It's like a cremation process. It's permanent. The judgment is everlasting. But torment is only for the fallen angels. Those that take the mark end up becoming the fallen angels, because that's what the mark is. That's why there's no turning back. They have taken over your body, just like the movie Venom, or the movie The Exorcist, or the movie Lucy, where she had her superpowers, and next thing you know, she went into the technology, and then poof, she was everywhere. Well, it's actually the opposite. From the technology into the body to give the superpowers. And she had the superpowers all through the movie Lucy. I did a big time detail on that a long time ago. I think it's on Telling Truth Archives. Might be on this channel, but I'm about to watch it again soon if nothing ever goes down, and we'll go back over that movie. But you can really just find the clips off the internet. I mean, the scenes. That's really all I need to do to show that to you. But it really is Venom and The Exorcist. They'll be using the human body as an avatar. And it's the fallen angels that receive torment day and night forever and ever. The human body, you know, is what takes the mark. But the human host dies off because what? I already knew the human host would die off before I saw the movie Venom. Again, everything must be off the Bible. You have to use the Bible as your guideline. What does the Bible say? They shall mingle themselves with the seed of men. They're going, and so like it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be when the Son of Man returns. What was it like in the days of Noah? Fallen angel human hybrids. These will be human hybrids with the fallen angels. It will be a symbiotic relationship. In the movie Venom, they called them a symbiote when the entity took over the human body, and the human host was dying off in the movie Venom each time it occurred. And what does it say in the Bible? The iron does not mix with the clay. They do not cleave to one another. And so knowing that humans do not get eternal torment, then before even seeing the movie Venom, I knew the human host would die off. I said the human host would die off. And then later on, I saw the movie Venom, and that's what was happening. Venom kept his host alive because he liked him. So Earl's passing on May 8th, 1978. That 58. I think that's what the 58s are for, with Mar-a-Lago's alleged 58 bedrooms, or with Trump Tower being 58 stories high. And Earl's passing on May 8th. This is not Earl's birthday. This is his passing. His passing does hit on July 8th, just like those two movies that we just saw on that billboard. So, you know, he could go down today, obviously. But man, am I really looking at this July 8th now. That's just pretty mind-blowing, the way they did that. Now, July 7th works for that also. 7/7 at 7 a.m. or 7/7 at 7 p.m. You get your 7/7/7s that way. So, and if you include both dates, those July 8th movies, eclipses, if you include both dates, they do also connect to July 7th. So the July 7th, July 8th, they're just big. All right. That was it, right? Let's see if we have any comments that have come up since I did my last video. Doubtful, but you never know. Yes, we do have some. Love it. All right, so Christian, 718 is Kings County, Brooklyn, New York. 718 is Brooklyn and Queens, New York area code. Kings County is Brooklyn. I love that. 718 is big, y'all. Good grief, it's big. Area code 718 serves New York City, including Manhattan. It overlaps coverage areas area codes with 347, 917, 929, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, and Bronx. Excellent info. As an old telephone operator, you know, I knew all that back in the day. That was I was a dial zero operator. And so definitely knew it back then. It was like 718 and 212. And that was, you know, those were the prominent New York City area codes. And I guess they still, you know, anyway. So thank you, Christian. Good stuff. And Lawrence Williams says, Michael always been transgender, fact, including Trump hand in hand. Michael Jackson. He's saying Michael Jackson's transgender. I don't really know. I don't know what Michael Jackson's deal is. I respect your opinion, Lawrence. I do. I just don't know. Little Michael Jackson with the Jackson 5. Anything is possible, you know. Michael Jackson, when he was a child, I want to get more of a close-up. So that's more of that. Still a child there, pretty thin shoulders. I don't really know how to look at kids that way, like the guy does with the Mr. E, how he breaks things down. I don't know what a child's shoulder width would be, more like an adult. I know 3 heads fit on an adult male, 2 heads fit on the shoulders of an adult female. Michael Jackson as a teenager. I think we can get a little bit more into the look. Looks more like a male here, shoulders wider than hips. I'm going to go with that's a male there. 1000%. Head, 1 head, 2 heads, 3 heads. And so moving on from that, or moving forward from that age, there he is again. Why? I somehow feel like that guy disappeared. And they started jacking around with a clone or a different person that later became a clone. And I think he might have been the first big time clone, I guess, that hit the stage. And that's my best guess, because I just think that guy's always been, I think that guy's still alive today as that guy. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. I just think I think the whole thing is a big psychological operation. It's way bigger. We can pretend like we know stuff, but we don't know stuff. Their world's just too bizarre. But that's a dude. I'll put it to you like this. You try to doll him up and you try to dress him up like a woman, we would all be going, that's a man. That ain't no woman, that's a man. Because we would see the face and the jaw, the brow ridge, the shoulders to the hips, all of that. We would rip that to shreds if you tried to pass that off as a woman. If you put makeup and eyeliner and fake eyelashes and put a dress, we'd go, no. So I'm not going to try to reverse it now just because, right? No, we're going to go with what we see. But Lawrence, we do respect, we're glad you're here and we respect your opinion, 1000%. give you some love. I won't give the thumbs up to the comment just because I covered it. That's all. I don't want anybody to think I agree with it. And I don't think Trump is tranny either. I think the Antichrist has to be a male. I think he is referred to as a he in the Bible. And so I could be wrong about that. You know, the horn and the beast out of the sea in Revelation. It's Daniel 7, Daniel 8, and Revelation 13. Is there ever a pronoun as a he? If so, you gotta erase that he would ever be a woman. So that's it, y'all. Thank you for your comments. We don't have any prep from Michael right now. That was it for me. So we're just waiting on the Mendon. You know, he's gonna be in Illinois, the land of Lincoln today. Yep. All right, love y'all very much. Glad all of y'all are here.